Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks and Futures Market Preview for the week beginning Sunday, the 28th of July, 2024, ending Friday, the 2nd of August. Are we in August already? Wow, that's insane. But we are. Here's the so the midweek number will be the end of statement print or end of month statement printing moment. That's Wednesday, so that's kind of going to mess everything up. But here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. Still kind of like higher than mid-range for the last however many months. It is what it is. The euro dollar, usually the inverse of the dollar index, but not so much as it used to be, but still mid-range and has done nothing. Forex is boring and the currency is boring. Pound dollar broke out and then came back, and it is what it is. Here's the ES front month futures contract sold off a bit over the last couple of weeks, but obviously we've been on a tear since last November. So from 4,300 to 5,700. So, pullbacks are pullbacks, obviously, and it is what it is. Here's the S&P cash index. Nothing changed there. We have no signals, nothing. We're sitting on a static trend line, by the way, so that's kind of cool. NASDAQ 100 also sitting on an old static trend line. This is a little bit further off the highs, but again, moved from 14,500 to almost 21,000. I mean, that's a 50% bump in the NASDAQ in 8 months. That's a big move. And then pulled back, a couple thousand points, so that's fine. But nothing that matters. The Russell 2000, this is a big deal because this is all the forward-looking stocks, right? The small cap stocks looking to break out here. That's a nice chart pattern. So that's positive for the economy, and it's at all-time highs. The crude oil numbers are 77.16, pretty much mid-range for the last year and a half, whatever. It is what it is. In terms of Bitcoin, this thing looks like it's going to break out. It's interesting. Yeah, we had the 13 sell signal back in April. That was the high, literally, and we pulled back. But now we don't have any signals, and it's been a while. So, we're going to get going here again. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, didn't do anything. Bonds down, rates up, bonds up, rates down. Nothing here. We're mid-range for the last whatever. So we're way off the lows of last October. I think the economy thinks it's going to be fine. The VIX did spike this week because the market dropped quite a bit after the Tesla earnings in particular and some of these things. Remember that the NASDAQ 100 is built on a couple of stocks. The advanced decline ratio was not horrible. So here we are. Right, here's the advanced decline ratio. So this is the New York advanced decline ratio. 1 negative day, 2 negative days this week, but the rest were positive. It's not been horrific, but yet we sold off quite a bit in the indices because they're so heavily weighted in a couple of stocks. I don't like the way that we do this here, but it is what it is. The trend closes at 0.95, puts the 10-day moving average at 1.05. We're way above the 0.85, which is the blue line. No sell signal here at all. ES 10-minute candles for the week, just so you can see them. So like you can see the prior Friday off to the far left. So we gapped up, went flat, opened flat on Tuesday, stayed flat. Wednesday we gapped down, which fills the Monday gap, went lower. Thursday opened flat, went lower and came back up, and then sold off late in the day, and then Friday up. So the whole week is pretty much a net wash. Nothing different on the NASDAQ side, and NASDAQ volume has been heavy. It was heavy on Wednesday, which is the day we sold off the hardest, but generally speaking, it's just whatever. It's not a big deal. In terms of daily charts, let's see if we have any signals or any patterns. Apple, nothing here. It's off the highs, obviously. Amazon off the highs, but no numbers or counts or patterns. Meta off the highs, same thing. So these things, this is why the NASDAQ sold off on Wednesday, by the way. Google also off the highs, nothing here. Goldman Sachs at highs or very close to it, which is interesting. Netflix holding up better than probably most of the others. Tesla, not so much. Like it's just, I don't know. I mean, Tesla's Tesla. I don't know what to say about Tesla. And NVIDIA, sorry, I haven't adjusted for the split yet. And Zoom recovering off the lows, and First Solar is what it is. So that's that. Interesting week, but nothing special. Obviously, very flat overall. Nothing much to say in terms of economic data coming out in the week ahead. Here's what we have. We are in the week of, so 1 week for, okay. So we've got, here in the U.S. in particular, housing price index at 9 a.m. on Monday, or on Tuesday, sorry. Nothing on Monday. Nothing here in the U.S. on Monday. Housing price index on Tuesday, along with CB consumer confidence and the JOLTS job openings at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Wednesday, that's what I thought. So yeah, we do have a Fed meeting this week. So it's a 2-day Fed meeting, Tuesday to Wednesday. So that'll slow the market down. The employment cost index, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Chicago PMI at 9:45. Pending home sales at 10. Crude oil inventories at 10:30. Fed funds and the Fed announcement at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday, and then the press conference 30 minutes later. That'll be the thing that drives everything for the week after that. Challenger job cuts at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday. The initial and continuing jobless claims, along with non-farm productivity and labor costs at 8:30 on Thursday. Manufacturing PMI and ISM manufacturing PMI at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Ward's total vehicle sales at some point in time during the day. Natty gas at 10:30, and then Friday we've got the unemployment rate, which is actually kind of a bigger deal, but it's looking at 4.1% is what they're expecting. The GDP number came in stronger than expected this week, as usual. So the economy remains strong. Looks like it'll close out the year pretty well. And that's that. We've obviously got an election ahead. Is the Fed going to do anything ahead of an election? Generally they take the policy of they don't want to, but you got to do what you got to do. So if they see something that requires them to do something, they probably will. And it is what it is. But right now, looking at the markets, the betting markets, it's 50-50 on who becomes the next president. And, so we still have the Democratic convention ahead of us, and then the 2-month, 3-month sprint afterwards, which is always just going to be a mess. So we'll see what that leads to, and that's it. Charts as usual brought to you by Ninja Trader. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week.